Boom! It is August 27th, 2023. For the record. That's right, for the record. We're going to talk about an update on our plans after the Appalachian Trail through hike, but mainly, for the record, we're going to talk about post-trail depression versus post-trail happiness. And you know what? I wonder who holds the record for post-trail happiness of all time. Who holds that record? But I think all records were made to be broken. August 27th, all records are made to be broken. Let's talk about post-trail happiness. You know what? Also, sometimes two is better than one. Shout out to Quest Outdoors out in Louisville. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Sometimes two is better than one. Sometimes two is better than one. Shout out to Quest Outdoors out in Louisville. Let's go. We're going to break the record for post-trail happiness. Boom! So, real quick here. August 27th, we're in the van. Let's talk about what we did earlier in the week. It is 8:27. I think 8:21, 8:22. We were out in Louisville, out in J-Town, picking up the dog, visiting my sister, and we actually got to spend some time with Double D and his friends Benny. We're running a podcast, so we're going to recap that during the week after this little brief intro. We went there, then we went to my sister's farm. Little footage there, some nature footage there, did a little water test, and then we circled back and we also spent some time out at Quest Outdoors out in Louisville. Spent some good time there with some other hiker trash, and that footage is coming up. That's some good stuff, and we're actually back down here in Central Florida at our house inside of the van. As you can see, Unicorn's back there holding our lovely dog. Wookie, that's the one on the intro. Unfortunately, Stella has passed 2 years ago, so we got Wookie right now, still on the intro, still getting that, you know, handling that celebrity status, right? In a humble way that Wookie would. So I think that's the recap of earlier in the week. We're back here in Florida. We're going to talk about updates in the outro, and also how to handle post-trail depression, post-trail happiness, how we're handling it. Not advice, is basically how we're handling post-trail after hiking the whole Appalachian Trail. As you can see back here, this is the inside of our van. As you can see back there, there's still the seat, and there's the ground, here's the ceiling up here, and here's the passenger seat. So it's pretty big inside. I can stand up. I mean, you see Unicorn standing up. I mean, we're certainly not 6'5". We're going to see if we can work on this. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Let's talk about some of the topics in the outro. But right now, we've got some of that footage that we shot earlier in the week. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. We'll date it up there. Spent some time with Benny. Was it Chris?
Yeah,
Benny, Chris, and also Double D. Of course, you guys saw Double D earlier in the year. He hiked the Appalachian Trail this year. We had him on interview. I think it was day 148. Ask him some serious questions, but I don't know what it is about Double D, but when I'm around him, I ask more of the serious questions. So we got some of that footage coming right up here right after this. Stay tuned. We'll talk about some of the topics and our updates and what the plans are for Rental and Unicorn after some of that footage. But hey, just get a close-up of Wookie here. We'll fade on out. What are you doing, Wookie? I don't know. Get some propel in there. Happiest known time, Wookie. Happiest known time. Girl. Let's go. All right, enjoy the footage. Be back on the outro. So boom. So we're here with Double D, and we're going to talk about Benny's YouTube channel, but as a segue to some of the topics he discussed in his podcast being released, I think end of September. It's going to be a little bit of time. He's got to put something together, interview some other people. We're talking about, one of the topics I was interested in was post-trail happiness, is what I call post-trail happiness, or post-trail depression, I think we know it as. But let's talk about some post-trail happiness. So what do you think some of the steps you could take after this through hike, this, you know, we were just talking about how it was grueling and it was mentally challenging, what steps you could take for increased post-trail happiness? Is there anything right now at the top of your mind? We're completely happy right now because we're hikers, we're loving each other, me, you, and Unicorn, but have you thought about that yet? Or are you still in shock right now after the hike?
I think that as far as post-trail happiness, learning to be just, I'm happy that I'm more patient and humble with life in general. And that I can take all these lessons that I've learned on this 2198.4 mile through hike, that I can always, I'm in a situation, I go back and look at that and know I can get through it, and know that I don't want to be, you know, I know how to get through that situation now. I don't want, it's great.
So Double D, day 148, we interviewed you at the end of after the outro, and we asked you some questions, but we also knew you way back. We didn't know that we knew you from way back, Unicorn, right? From the same bubble. We probably were eating in the same room. But day 148, we asked you a question, and you guys can go watch that reel, about you know, missing home and all, and having a greater appreciation. You actually found post-trail happiness even before you got off trail, in a way, because you found a different type of happiness. I mean, you already knew that you had a greater appreciation. You were about to get off. Now you're here. We're with the very people that you're talking about. Some of the people that you're talking about right here. We're blessed to be around these people as well. Again, hashtag Veterans Day every day. Thank you for your service. So that's part of it as well. Like, sometimes I think that we focus in on, hey, this is what you're supposed to do on a through hike. You're supposed to get your bag, get shook down. You're supposed to struggle with your weight, and then when you get off, you know, you can get depressed. I don't think you're supposed to get depressed, because I don't think that's what everyone feels, but there's this thing called post-trail depression, and I think sometimes when you look to it, and I think sometimes when you think about it, sometimes you're drawn to it. I'm not saying that happens every time, but to me, I almost want to switch the mindset of post-trail happiness. So one of the things that you got happier with is the greater appreciation for friends and family at home. So that's the topic I have in changing it from post-trail depression to post-trail happiness, is just changing the word just a little bit. If that changes things, it does. If it doesn't, if things become worse, then it does. But to me, focusing on saying embrace the suck over and over, instead of saying, you know, it's fine, sarcastically funny, is just a different mindset for me personally. So to me, great honest answer, Double D, on, you know, we're talking about the struggles here, but I won't mock or mimic scientific words that have been put into the scientific dictionary in the sciences of post-trail depression, which is a real thing. So I'm not making fun of that. I'm just saying, you know, how could I use words and an outlook to better my life, and to maybe share that experiences with my friends here in the podcast and things that changes. Sometimes it's just a change of your outlook, you know, and sometimes words, even though they're known, and sometimes they're used in algorithms, or sometimes they're used because we're used to using them, isn't a good reason to use them. So to me, let's focus on our post-trail happiness. Let's figure out how we can get happy post-trail or on trail. So we're gonna do that here. Thank you very much for hosting us in your lovely house here in Louisville. We're not in Vietnam once again here. Hashtagging Veterans Day every day. Double D and Unicorn connecting once again and putting it all together. I'm just so happy and blessed to be able to still be around another through hiker, let alone an AT hiker that we've interviewed and gave us this on. I got real serious. I get real serious when I talk to Double D. First I asked him if he misses home. Now I'm asking him about post-trail depression.
Put me on the spot.
Yeah, I did, but you know what? So the fold and the scrunch question, you're gonna have to wait for the podcast. So I'm gonna have to say that. So if you want to know if he folds or scrunches, you're gonna have to wait for the podcast to come out. I'll put the information down below in the description. We'll get that out for everyone. Double D, brother. You're gonna be tight like that. We're gonna have to get together, wander. We're gonna have to come down the pad in Florida or something like that and hang out. This is what it's about. This is what the AT is about, Unicorn, right?
That's right.
This is about the trail. This is about the love the trail brings. This is why we have to focus on post-trail happiness. Peace. Here, Wookie. How you doing, little girl? How you doing? I miss my little Wookie. This is the one that you see on the intro. Unfortunately, sister has passed, but they'll live on through the videos in the intro. But I'm glad to be back with the dog. And certainly, I don't know. Well, you think she misses me? I don't know. What do you think here, Wookster? What do you think? Boom! Alright, so we're out here at my sister's farm. Got a lot of land out here, I think approximately 200 acres. There's a cabin right there, garage. You can hear the cicadas in the back. So here's some crops. What are you planting here?
Clover for the deer.
Oh, you're planting clover for the deer. So this isn't for human consumption, this is for deer. Okay. Is that, where was that?
That was over there. He moved it over. That's where all the trees are.
Okay, so he moved it over there. And the land stretches all the way up there. Again, we're still in Kentucky. And the water source comes out back here. I'm gonna see if I can get some water filter action in there as I'm talking about, let's see if I can walk over there without having the ZV shake too much. So today, got this new Life Straw filter right here. We're gonna use the old Be Free. We're gonna fill both up. I'm gonna test out the Life Straw. We'll talk about the ins and outs of that in a little bit. Experimenting with water source. See if I can get a good take on here, some water. How it looks. And then I'll get the Be Free out. How it looks. It's not bad right there. It's pretty see-through. You can see it's pretty dry now. I was here before the hike started and it was roaring, but it dried up a little bit here. Goes right up that stream, shoots right down, and then again it's been dry, but there's still life in there. As you can see, there's still fish. And let's see how that water tastes, but this is kind of like how I'm dealing with post-trail happiness. Just going back to what makes me happy. Being out in nature here, little by little, working on post-trail happiness. So we're going to try the Life Straw right here. That's what we do when we're trying to have post-trail happiness. Embody it. I don't have any taste. Brand new filter, my sister's. And the Be Free, which has been on me since Marion Outdoors. On the exhale, I have a little bit of an aroma. It's fine. There was mold growing in it. Or it's fine though. But the Life Straw, we'll talk about the ins and outs of this. We'll talk about the ins and outs and why maybe I would use this and maybe I wouldn't. But real quick here, you'll see that there's an actual filter there. So it's kind of like a mini filter, like the mini platypus one, if we're talking about the platypus. I'll talk about why that might be an advantage or disadvantage versus the Be Free. It's physically connected. You can see you can disconnect, it'll twist open at the top. And I think that might be advantageous because we're talking about leaving in February and finishing when we finish. So I think this would be very difficult to handle in the winter because it'd be difficult to keep between my armpits or between my legs versus a platypus or a Sawyer, right? So difficult in winter conditions to keep from freezing, where if you can take apart this small piece, kind of like the platypus. The platypus is that single piece. You can tuck it like right underneath your armpit when you go to bed, or between your legs or in your sock to keep it from freezing. But we'll talk about how maybe long this thing lasts. I mean, it's a pretty durable bag, but don't want to bore you too much with the gear review stuff. But testing out some stuff here. This is how we're trying to get by, living happy as no time and trying to embody post-trail happiness. You know, and right here's the last time you're gonna see me with the hair, because my hair is all over the place and I haven't cut it yet, and it's hot. I like my head shape, but right now I'm still in that mode where I got leaves hanging from my hat and I just don't care. Just don't care. Happiest no time. Peace.
The food I wanted most when I was hiking the Appalachian Trail was chicken wings and Dr. Pepper.
The food I wanted the most on the Colorado Trail was cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke.
The food I wanted most on the PCT was probably going to be a Mexican burrito dinner.
Fold or scrunch? I'm a folder all day.
I'm a folder.
Folder, you got to have some show etiquette.
Boom. I don't know. Feels odd not to say the day. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about post-trail life here, really. But let's jump right into it here. August 23rd today, 2023, right? So I always record the last clip today, but we got that previous footage that you just had. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll talk about some things, but let's talk about some current events. I'll get right into it. Thank you for joining. Still didn't cut the hair, do anything yet. I have to figure it out yet. But yeah, so let's see. I don't know, we had a bear problem before we left and it seems like the bears are back. I don't know. But yes, black bear, but yes.
Central Florida.
Central Florida. All right, so my sister, to get this through, she sent us, or she made this when we were up there in Louisville. Look at this. So it's like a first picture, first day PCT, AT, and there's a space. So I think that the whole CDT thing has, I mean, look at this. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much.
So nice.
I know. She didn't necessarily want to be the celebrity on camera, but thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much
Look
for
at that.
everything.
Look at that. Boom. Maybe CDT.
We
Now
love it.
there's an empty space there now for the CDT. Love it. So, the case of the purple shoes. So, Two Foot Adventures. I don't think she's watching every single episode, or you know, if she was following on Instagram for sure. Two Foot Adventures out on the West Coast on the PCT. She took care of shoes and shipped some stuff around.
Yes, she did.
Unicorn has these. What ultras are they?
The Timp 3s.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
The Timp 3s are purple. Anyway, after the hike, we had extra pair, right, Unicorn?
Well, yeah, I wound up actually getting that pair in Kennedy Meadows before the Sierras, but somehow I ended up with 2 pairs, and she shipped them all the way back home for us here, and they're a purple pair. They're hard to come by. We never got it sent out, so this purple pair is still with us. They never got used.
So then,
that's my favorite pair.
Here's the second through hike, and that purple pair is still there, right?
It's still there?
It's still there. I don't think they're
Yep.
ever going to be used.
We ended it with 1 extra pair of shoes each.
I may be starting something like that because I have an extra pair of my Ultra 6s in kind of like a Boba Fett green and orange, and I have it there on camera. And I have a feeling that might just stick with me forever. I don't know if I want to use those. It looks like Boba Fett shoes. To the Quest people, Quest Outdoors, thank you so much. Captain Squiggly and dude with a real name. I have to look them up on Instagram. I have to put the Instagrams up here if I can find them. I think I did. I think I screenshotted the Instagrams. I'll put them up. But the Quest people, thank you so much for everything. I mean, boom. Quest Outdoors, Louisville, right? What do you think, Unicorn? Was that a good time?
Oh yeah, we had a really good time there. Going into the outfitters, it's like you're reconnecting with hikers that have like they hiked the trails in different years, and we were able to relate and still feel like we were part of
Shiny.
the
But
hiking
yeah,
culture. Yeah.
you guys get, how we like the shiny stuff. And so real quick here, I mean, I want to give them, let's do this. This is the corner. We can't, there it is, right? Is that it? Yeah, right there.
There it is.
Boom. Quest Outdoors. This is
It's Reynolds Bear can.
that's my can from PCT. So that's how we do it here.
That's right.
That's how the professionals do it, I always say it. That's how we get the professional angles. Is that angle good? Look at that. Boom.
Boom.
Professional. I'm surprised you can still focus this because the sun's so bright. All right, let's get down this list. Thank you for giving you an update. Post-trail happiness, post-trail depression, let's go. So a play of words, we have a podcast coming up. I think Benny has it. I have to give you the address. When he gives it the address, we'll update you through probably short or through another video. That was an hour and 45-minute podcast.
It was an hour and 45
with Double
minutes.
D out.
It was so much fun.
It was. So we were back in Louisville. That's where the sister is, out in J-Town, and then
That's where Wookie was.
Double D was out there. That's where Wookie was. So Double D was near, and then he connected us with his buddies, and we ran an hour and 45-minute podcast, which isn't really coming out till end of September. But to touch on that post-trail happiness, depression, it's a play of words. I don't discount post-trail depression. I just, in my world, I call it post-trail happiness. How could we attain happiness? How could we stay at that state of happiest known time? And that's what I've done through some of the things that we spoke about. Certainly, you know, staying in touch with certain people. You know, we're in touch with somebody. We're very blessed that we're able to stay in touch with people without like creeping people out. We've made some good connections and friends. Not everyone you come across becomes that. I've been in touch with like Stops still, and a lot of the trail angels that supported us near the end. And I'm always texting like Wander and stuff, and staying in touch with the community. I'll give Z-Packs a call and shoot the poop with some of the people that we know. They're there, Field Trip and Monica, and ask them about new products and stuff before I buy new stuff. But just to try to stay involved. Even if the adventure takes a cease or we decide to do something else, we're not sure. And then there's that whole work thing. Do you want to go back now? You know, the van's at play. There's a lot going on right now to attain post-trail happiness, which is to constantly, in my humble opinion, Unicorn, live the adventure, right?
That's right.
I mean, that's what we're trying to do, is consistently adventure. So I don't think that's going to be a one-tail answer, post-trail depression versus happiness. I just think it's a play of words. You know, I like to play with words, is how to attain post-trail happiness and how to continue it. And that's what we're doing right now with you all. So yeah, certainly staying in touch with people that you're close to. Through hikers, certainly now Double D has joined the ranks, right? Up there with Wander, you know, he's already our people. My crown is still not fixed. I still have to go to the dentist, so Dr. Mike Jones. Mike Jones, you know, Mike Jones.
We do have an appointment.
Do have an appointment. Gotta get the crown put in. Okay, so the store. So as we're getting our life settled in, and I don't even have my phone set up when I got a new phone on trail with getting everything on there, all my bank apps and everything on that. So I'm still kind of so far behind administratively, but I'd like to get the store up, at least for the stickers and some basic shirts. And it looks like we have some custom items being able to also be out as well. I don't want to put my foot too far ahead, but certainly have some family members with some extreme skill in sewing. So I think that we might create maybe some hats and some other small items with happiest known time, and just put it out there for fun and see what we got. You know what I mean? And because everyone's been asking. So I think that's fun, because I didn't know that we'd be at this place, but everything happens for a reason, and we already had some prototypes made. I don't want to, like I said, but I'm in talks right now with some other thru hikers, and it's just, this might work, you know, stickers and shirts. I thought it was that, and you know, and some other things that you can kind of order resale. But why not make our own stuff? So let's talk about that hiker stuff. Stay tuned to that. So we got to do prototypes. We got to put it through. You know what I mean? Put it through manufacturing, made in the USA stuff. You know. And maybe if you have ideas what you'd like to see, you know, we don't have a whole team, you know, but sewing machine stuff. I don't know, have any ideas? Anyway, so store will be opening with the stickers for sure, but the other fun stuff coming on through. Gave you a little peek on the water testing, Unicorn, that we did.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. What was the Be Free?
And Life Straw.
And Life Straw. And you guys know Life Straw it came out like years ago. It was just a straw really for like
we had one.
Survival. We had one. Everyone had one. It was like that blue thing. And now they're getting into that portable game. And I tell you what, it was a little heavier. It was a little bit more durable. But it was fun to do that and just use something else. It was my sister's. Yeah. You know what I mean? My sister's doing a lot for us, man. She's doing a lot for happiest known time, man. She really is. All right, sorry about that, Fade. I thought that was music, but then I actually forgot we actually have directional microphones on.
So we should.
It's not omnidirectional. Completely forgot we had the mics on. We're mic'd up. Yes, we are. All right, so let's talk about it. Bugnet right here. Let's go Bugnet. I don't know. I can't believe it. It's on its second thru hike, no holes. No holes. PCT, AT, could you believe it?
And we wash it, like, I wash mine every time we go to a hotel.
It gets caught on trees too. I mean, things happen to it when you're hiking. Like, I can't believe it. It's
Shove
awesome.
it into the fupa all the time.
Yeah. Our plans are in place. They were, but they weren't. So right now, I think maybe what's in store for us in the future might be, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking maybe some future trail magic. In terms of the future trail that we're doing right now, I think that's going to work on out as we go in terms of what we're looking to do. I know we were looking to do some overseas things, but you know, things change. Last time we didn't think we were going to do the AT this quick, and all of a sudden we're like, boom, we're doing AT. I know CDT's on our mind, but there's some other long trails on our mind as well. We just have to take it step by step and kind of have to feel the moment and the opportunity as well. But yeah, certainly videos. I think I'm going to be popping gear reviews out. I mean, this is a habit now every Sunday. So it seems like the gear reviews might come out every Sunday. Maybe shorts along the way to update you on the van and stuff. I know we have to bug Skip. I know Skip, I don't know if he's watching, but you know, Skip will come visit in Georgia, maybe free up some Hawk time. Maybe have Hawk work on the van if he wants. Or he already agreed to, even though he didn't.
Georgia's not that far from Florida.
I told Jim at Boots Off Hoss I'll be bugging Hawk to get him to the van. I never realized that would actually might happen. Like, we met him and everything popped out. And just keep harking him to work on it.
Keep the dreams alive.
Just keep the dreams. I mean, just rip it out. Just kind of put the innards. It's going to be a good deal. But yeah,
it'd be fun.
All jokes aside, you know, the whole Hawk and Skip relationship thing. Just give us a little bit of time. Yeah, we don't go down that rabbit hole. We got to look that up. I just said that. Go down that rabbit hole. I wonder how that originated. Anyway, you saw that for the record, it's 8:27, and you also saw that records are made to be broken. So we're going to try to attain post-trail happiness by staying in touch with you all. Thank you for dealing with the outro there and the kind of faded in when I thought that was loud music, but we had mics. I think we're good. I think YouTube will be okay with it. And we've got the Wookster here. She's just chilling. She's not too much of this.
She's a pretty chill dog.
She's just kind of like a fake dog. It's just a stuffed animal that's filled in with, that does move.
She moves.
She moves. That's awesome.
She moves.
Yeah.
She wears little booties because she has sensitive feet.
So we're going to
They're
get...
lime green.
They're lime green?
Just like Daddy's. Yeah.
So let's see what the rest of the week has in store for Rental and Unicorn.
And Wookie.
And Wookie. And we're going to take it day by day, step by step. We have some plans in place right now. The first thing probably is the store and some ideas that we have. We also have some hikers coming on through here early next year that we're going to talk about in the future that we're going to be able to host. But let's see what we can do between now and the end of the year. Let's keep it that way. Let's keep it real simple. Step by step, day by day, happiest known time, right? Post-trail.
Happiest known time.
Post-trail happiness versus post-trail depression. Let's focus on post-trail happiness. Let's do it right here. Right? Let's do it there. Here. Right? Water bottle. Happiest known time. I want everyone else to live happiest known time. Quest Outdoors, thank you very much for doing that professional setup there behind the backpacks. It was a very serious question.
That was
We
awesome.
left and I figured, hey, we missed it. Could you shoot me a video? And they shot me a very professional.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. It was like the backpack. So hey, if you have a chance, Quest Outdoors, Louisville, little jaunt from J-Town. I sound like a local. I said J-Town. Yes, I did. But it's a great place out there. They have everything there, all hiker friendly. There was certainly some through hiking stuff there and that we can relate to. So thank you very much for spending time with us. Enjoy the extra footage. Yes. We will catch you on the flip. We're going to take this day by day and kind of update you. I don't know if it's trail magic. We'll be back in Georgia. I mean, you know that I love Georgia right now. I got the AT hat on. I think, you know, and we got the van. So we got some time to think about it. So thanks for hanging in there. And we'll catch everyone on the flip. Wookie says bye-bye.
Wookie's hanging in there.
Wookie's happiest no time.
Yes, she is.
She is
There
right
you
here.
go.
Here you go, Wookie.
Oh, Wookie. Wookie.
Boom. So I want to show you the inside of the van here, as you can see. There's bars up there. It's formerly for mobile for handicapped folks, but we de-engineered it, gave it new life. We're about to see what the plans are for this, but here's the room, here are the doors. And we have a switch here built in. We're gonna have to figure out what to do with the switch, but check it out. It's pretty fancy. And those are the doors, and that's how you would enter in here. Boom. Just walk right in here. And then use the switch to close it.